picking up WWVH in the continental U.S. instead of WWV in Fort Collins, Colorado? Yep, it's definitely possible. Check this out.
3 hours, 19 minutes, coordinated universal time.
And you will not hear Colorado. Look at that. Now, the reason for this happening is because, as you can kind of see out there, there's still a little bit of light in the sky. Okay, I'm at 10 megahertz, sorry, 10 kilohertz, sorry, megahertz. It's okay. It's okay. I'm at, my frequency is at 10 kilohertz. So what that means is I'm shooting where it's still daytime towards Kauai. And because Fort Collins, Colorado is to our east, we're picking up just the Hawaii signal, not the Colorado signal, even though Colorado is only 1,000 miles away, and Hawaii is 2,400 miles away.
At the present, 3 hours, 20 minutes, coordinated universal time.
Yeah. So it's just the Hawaii transmission.
Yes, it was just the Hawaii transmission. Now, how is that possible? From the continental United States, picking up just WWVH and the famous voice of Jane Barbie, the time lady. You remember when you called the time back in the day? That's who it is, Jane Barbie on WWVH. And not the famous voice of Lee Rogers of WWV. Now, WWV, as the crow flies, was only about 1,040 miles away from my location. WWVH, over 2,400 miles away. Well, there were 3 reasons. First of all, it was the right radio. Second, it was the right time of day. And third, propagation conditions were just right. First of all, the radio in question, it was the Sony ICF SW100. Now, before you discount this little radio, because it fits in the palm of your hand, it goes in your pocket, I'll tell you something, that little guy packs a punch. And it is as close as the Sony 2010 as any radio there is. I'd put it up against the Sony 77 any day of the week. It is that good. Second of all, it was the right time of day. We were at astronomical twilight. As you can tell from the map here, it was almost dark where we were in Lincoln City, Oregon, but the Hawaiian Islands, still in broad daylight. It was only 4:19 in the afternoon there. So, the 10 kilohertz transmission came in very, very well. It was just at the right time to pick that up, like it was coming in from across the street on that radio. The Hawaii transmission came in better than the Lee Rogers transmission from WWV because at 10 kilohertz, that signal travels better during the daytime. WWV's transmission at 5 kilohertz came in so well that you almost couldn't make out the voice of Jane Barbie on WWVH because it was nighttime in Fort Collins, and 5 kilohertz transmission works much better at night than 10. So that was it. Propagation conditions were the third thing. It was clear and it was cold. Those 2 things always add up to a good time to DX. There you go. That's what happened. WWVH from the mainland and not WWV. Well, we appreciate you coming in to stop by to say hello here at the North American Radio Guide. We do frequency history of each frequency on the AM band from 530 all the way to 1710. Tell you a little bit of history about what's on that band and tell you a lot about what's happening there in terms of what's happened in history, and play a little bit of way back playback stuff where you get to hear what the stations used to sound like. It's a lot of fun. We hope you can join us for future shows, and we'd love to have you subscribe and hit that bell icon at the same time. Until next time, my friends, remember, it's one thing to know what you hear, and it's another thing entirely to hear what you know. Bye-bye, everybody.